I have a simple, exciting science experiment that might just keep your kids busy all afternoon. We're going to create and launch Cork rockets, and then we're going to talk about rocket science and how real rockets launch.
I'm Brandy, and I'm the mom behind Aunt Bindy's bookshelf. I am a mom of two with years of experience both in the classroom and as a part-time homeschool mom, and I am here to help you as you help your kids learn and grow. Today, we're going to do that by launching rockets, and then we're going to learn about the physics of it and equal and opposite reactions. You can either just launch the rockets and have fun that way, or hang out for the science of it. Either way, I will put chapters in the description so you can find where you need to be. All right, here's what you need to launch your rockets. We are going to need hot glue, a cork, the cork's going to be our rocket, some ribbon to decorate our cork with, because who doesn't want a rocket with things flying out behind it, baking soda. You won't need this much, but better to have and not need than need and not have. A launch pad. I am just using, this is literally a sparkling water bottle. Toilet paper, that's gonna hold our baking soda. It gives it a little bit of a buffer between the time we drop it in and the time it explodes. And then our rocket fuel, which is just equal parts vinegar and water. So in this case, I did 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water. Again, you won't need that much, but that'll give you a chance to launch over and over and over again. You're also gonna need Jimmy Zangwow's Excellent Moon Pie Adventure. That is our picture book of the month, which means that this project, the art project we're gonna do later this month, a group of math and reading activities that you can get in my store are all inspired by that picture book and all tie back in. Obviously, you can skip the book, but don't, it's so much fun. First thing we're gonna do is fancy up our rocket. This makes it a little bit easier to track as it flies through the air, and then we can find it easier. Plus, it just looks way cooler. So take some little scraps of ribbon. Thinner is probably gonna be better. You could also use streamers or like curling ribbon, whatever you have that's about this texture. Then we're just gonna drop a little drop of hot glue on the top of our cork. And very gently, this might be a parent project, drop our ribbon on top. Do be careful, because especially if you use high heat hot glue, it can be so hot. And there is our rocket. All right, next thing we're gonna do is load our rocket fuel into our launch pad. Like I said before, this is half vinegar, half water. So 1 cup vinegar, 1 cup water, and it'll be more than you need. You're gonna go ahead and pour some of this into your bottle. Pour maybe a half a cup. Maybe a little more. All right, and your launch pad is loaded. Now we are gonna make our oxidizer. Sounds super fancy. It's just baking soda wrapped in toilet paper. Call it oxidizer though, it sounds way cooler. We're just gonna take about a teaspoon worth, drop it in the center of our toilet paper, and wrap it up. If you wanna see another experiment where we do the same thing, where we talk about baking soda and vinegar and the chemical reaction that happens there, I have one where we exploded mittens. I'm gonna link it here. You can watch that and see the science behind the chemistry of what's happening here. Go ahead and make a bunch of these because your kids are gonna wanna do this more than once. So make 10, 15, and then you'll just have them on hand. It'll be a lot easier.
Let's launch! First, we need to go outside. Do not be launching corks in the house. It will end badly. Next, set your launch pad somewhere pretty stable. We're gonna use our patio table. Next, grab the cork in one hand and the oxidizer packet in the other. See how fancy that sounds? It's still just baking soda wrapped in toilet paper. Carefully drop that packet in the rocket fuel and now quickly put the cork in the bottle top. Give it a little mix and back the heck up. It might take a few seconds, but the carbon dioxide is being created by the vinegar baking soda and it's building up inside the bottle. Something is gonna have to give. When it does, our rocket is going to be launched to the heavens. Retrieve the rocket, empty the launch pad, and do it all again if you want. So our rocket was launched by built-up pressure, but what about actual rockets? How do they launch? Surprisingly, not by vinegar and baking soda. Let's talk about it. Real-life rockets work by combining rocket fuel with an oxidizer and then adding heat. Kind of like combining our vinegar and baking soda, but with a lot more spice. This spicy reaction creates a force pushing down as the flames and gases push down towards the Earth. And here's where Sir Isaac Newton comes in. Newton was a super famous scientist. He's actually the guy who first identified gravity. He also wrote a couple other laws for us. The one we're interested in today is Newton's third law. Newton's third law says that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. So, like if I throw a rubber ball against the wall, that's the action. It's going to come bouncing back at me. That's the reaction. Try that and see the third law in action. Now, another experiment is to take two toy cars and face them towards each other. Now push them together. What do you think is going to happen when they hit? Are they going to freeze and stop moving? No, they aren't. They bounce backwards. The action is them hitting, and Newton's third law tells us that there will be a reaction. In this case, it's the cars bouncing off each other and moving backwards. Rocket scientists use Newton's third law to their advantage. They create that huge mass of flame and gas to push down on the Earth. And because that law can't be broken, there's an equal and opposite reaction that pushes the rocket up into the sky. How cool is that?
If you want to learn about some other forces that shape our world, forces like buoyancy and density, check out this video right here. I'm going to link it here. We talk about salt water and how it changes the way things sink or float and the forces that are at play. If you're enjoying this and having fun, go ahead and click subscribe. We do a different picture book based STEAM project every single month. And you can watch some of the other ones here while you're waiting.